Hey everybody, welcome to this 2019 Honda Accord Hybrid Touring trim, which is the highest level trim, brought to us by First International Auto Group out of Merrimack, New Hampshire. And of course, this one listed on their site for $23,000 US. Original MSRP is $35,000. And so this one with 40K miles on it seems like a very good value proposition, and we'll go over that as the video rolls on. First thing I would like to say is that we of course have a 2-liter 4-cylinder paired to an electric motor. And as I've just been kind of taking some B-roll of this car in the parking lot, that motor has kicked on and off, putting it into EV mode. Kind of interesting. But before we give this thing a drive, let's go check out the exterior. We'll do a quick walk around and of course check out the back seats and the trunk. So these last generation Honda Accords, I've had some personal experience with these. I was previously going to buy a 2018 Honda Accord Sport before I ended up choosing my Elantra N-Line, just because that car was brand new instead of having one with some miles on it. And, you know, I've always liked these designs. I wish they continued on with it over the years. I mean, just this classic chrome details, the daytime running lights. It's just overall a very unique and good-looking car, very timeless. And honestly, I feel like I see these things on the road far more than I see the newer models, which you can see one over there. And although this isn't that fun Accord Sport with the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, we do have a 2-liter 4-cylinder of our own, making 212 combined horsepower with that electric motor and 232 max pound-feet of torque. So this thing is no slouch. Of course, the 0 to 60 is 6.7 seconds, so it's still a bit slower than the Accord Sport, but this thing will get you up to highway speeds no problem. Of course, you see, as far as like styling-wise, we do have that chrome styling that kind of runs along the top and the bottom of the side profile. We do have that hybrid badging and these nice like fan-shaped wheels, which I think is to kind of provide some extra aerodynamics instead of having those cool ones that the Accord Sport has. In the back here you can see not much is different from the rest of the Accord lineup, but I will say the one addition to this one is we have that hybrid and that touring badging. Yes, you get an additional touring badge just because, you know, you can brag that you bought the highest trim. And then down here in the trunk, we have plenty of room. Those seats fold down, giving you access to the cabin. I'm trying to block out the light for you guys. So you can get a ladder or two back there, no problem. I do always prefer a hatchback, but I do love sedans, you know, so, and this one has tons of practicality, and, you know, we can also check out those back seats in a moment. So under the hood, of course, we have that 2-liter 4-cylinder, naturally aspirated, of course. We do still have that, you know, electric motor pairing. Now for the back seats. So sitting behind myself, I have ample amounts of legroom, as you can see. I mean, I have like half a foot here, which is crazy. You know, I'm 5'9", so I'm not the tallest guy, but, you know, you can get probably someone who's 6 foot back here, no problem. I would say any taller than that, you're actually going to be limited by your headroom instead of your legroom, really. I mean, I guess it depends how long their torso is. I mean, we could get into specifications on that, but needless to say, you know, the back seats are quite enjoyable. We have HVAC vents. We don't have the ability to control the temperature back here, but you can control how much air is coming through. And then on the left-hand side, you can notice we have heated seats back here. Yep, for all 4 passengers, of course this middle seat is left out, we have heated functions. And then the front have ventilated seats, of course, so, you know, they can still brag about having an added feature there. But these back seats are very nice. We have, you know, some pouches to hold your books. No more giant maps anymore. Of course, with this one having navigation and Apple CarPlay, you're not really going to need that. But yeah, I mean, I would say you could comfortably fit 4 people in here. A fifth, you know, maybe be a kid, because this little hump right here is going to inhibit an extra adult getting back here. All right, so now for our road test. Before we get out there, I do want to highlight the shifter. Yes, we have a slew of buttons to shift the car here. Of course, we're in park. Can pop it into reverse like that. Decent backup camera, pretty high resolution. We don't have a 360 view, but there are parking sensors. And then, of course, you have neutral and drive, which we're going to keep it in. So this car is front-wheel drive only. The Honda Accord Touring Hybrid doesn't come with all-wheel drive at all. And I'm guessing that's just because they want to gloat about their fuel economy. This one having a 48 miles per gallon combined rating, which is very impressive. But I think up here in New England, I do prefer to have all-wheel drive. It's not entirely necessary if you get snow tires. You know, it's not like we're constantly trekking through, feet of snow. We're talking about inches still here. But they are nice to have. Of course, this one having front-wheel drive, I would definitely get it a nice set of snow tires. But needless to say, we're also paired to a CVT. I'm not typically the largest fan of CVTs, but I understand their application to get higher fuel economy numbers. And so this one having some, electrification, you have a full EV mode, it completely makes sense as to why they went with the CVT over a traditional automatic. And so this Honda Accord Hybrid does have a full EV mode, which I mentioned. Most of the time you'll notice that the engine will kick on when you're just kind of applying a little more throttle, but you do have the ability to click the full EV button to put it into EV mode. Sometimes it will tell you that, the engine's too cold or your battery's too depleted to do so. So you may want to save that for, kind of when you're coming home and you're trying to be quiet. Maybe you have a new baby at home, something like that. All right, let's give this thing some throttle. And that's 60. It does climb to 60 in that 6.7 second range. I will say that it does feel a bit faster than that. I think this is plenty of power for merging and, getting on the highway and just kind of having some fun every once in a while. Mostly this vehicle is definitely catered to being very fuel economic and comfortable, which it does both of those things perfectly. So everyone's main concerns with hybrids and EVs is, of course, battery life, right? You want to make sure that you're protected long term, so, when you make a car purchase decision, you're not going to be stranded in a pre-owned car with a dead battery, right? And so Honda Accords from new, these had a 8-year, 100,000 mile warranty. This car only has 40,000 miles, which is great. However, 8 years is 2027. So realistically, if you were to buy this thing from First International Auto Group, you'd only have a year of battery warranty coverage directly from Honda. And in some states like California and Massachusetts, you do have an extended warranty. I believe it's 15 years, 150,000 miles, something along those lines. I'll put it here. And so that would give you that added protection. But I also recommend, looking up how much these batteries cost for this one, for instance, which is a 1.3 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery. I can't imagine it would, completely total the car at really any point to replace it. I'd imagine at most it's like a couple $1,000s, right? And with a purchase price of $22,000 value-wise, I feel like you'd be fine. You could look to, if it seems like it's going to be too much that would break the bank, I would just look into getting a warranty, like an aftermarket warranty, which I'm sure you could find from Honda. Like, go to your local service center and see what they offer. I'm sure they might be able to do something for you, and that would provide you coverage long term. Anyways, let's get into comfort and interior. This interior is very nicely designed. I like the wood trim that kind of goes along the dashboard here. These seats are a leather. They're like a grayish color. It's like a gray and a beige. It's kind of interesting, but they're very comfortable. We, of course, have electronic adjustments for our seats. In the front, we have heated and cooled functions, which is great. And our driver's seat here has memory. The one negative to this interior for me personally is this pebbled plastic along the dashboard. It, of course, like, you're never going to be touching it, but it does just kind of look cheap to look at. It kind of just reminds you that you're in a Honda product. But I am very happy to note that they have a leather-wrapped steering wheel here. We do have paddle shifters, which feel very high quality. I can't imagine you'll ever use them in a CVT, but have at it if you'd like. And then HVAC controls, we have physical buttons, physical knobs for basically everything. This being a 2019, we didn't really get into the full digitalization of cars, which is great, because this one still has Apple CarPlay, an analog gauge cluster, and, basically has the best of both worlds. Regarding engine sound, though, this thing just really doesn't sound good at all. I would aim to, keep this thing in EV mode as much as possible, just by using as little throttle as possible. And that will kind of prevent you from hearing that awful, unrefined sound that comes with this 2-liter 4-cylinder. Unfortunately, I think that's where Honda fell short with this one. I know, people aren't expecting to get a very high-end luxury product with this car, but a new MSRP of $35,000 is a lot to spend on a car, especially for 2019. Regarding inflation, that's almost $40,000, I would say, in 2026, so keep that in mind. It's great you still get all the bells and whistles in this car. It's very comfortable. I could see myself sprawling out on long road trips, but the suspension isn't all that soft. It's a little harsh going over these bumps on the Merrimack, New Hampshire back roads here. But I will say that, this car is really going to provide you some comfort in terms of like the plush seats, the heated and cooled functions, good stereo system, and of course Apple CarPlay. So if you're looking for a very fuel economic vehicle that has some added comfort features, this is definitely a car to consider. And Honda has a great track record for reliability, especially with these Accords. I still prefer the 2-liter turbocharged, Honda Accord Sport. That is my personal pick. But this Honda Accord Hybrid Touring is a nice car as well. This car does remind me a lot of the Honda Insight we drove a few months ago. I would say this one has a little more character and refinement that car doesn't have. I feel like you get a lot more added functions in here, and just overall a general better sense of comfort. I think the Honda Insight badge and like the different looks is something that appeals to me, just because I don't like having the same car as every single other person on the road. I like to be a little unique in that way, I would say. But I think the Honda Accord Hybrid Touring is definitely the better option between those two. And I would still prefer one of these over the equivalent generation Toyota Prius, for instance, which, the redesigned Prius is absolutely gorgeous, and I would definitely take one of those over one of these. But we're not necessarily comparing apples to apples in that sense, because those are brand new. I haven't driven the brand new Honda Accord Hybrid, but this one I think is just overall a very nice vehicle. We have gorgeous exterior styling with the chrome details and of course the white colored paint paired to this like grayish color interior. I think it's just a very nice overall package. And for $22,000, there's a very nice value proposition there. You can get a Honda Accord Hybrid with 48 miles per gallon rated fuel economy with 40K miles on it. Think about that. A Honda that was brand new, $35,000 6 years ago, 40K miles on it, and you can get it for, almost half off MSRP. I think that's overall a very nice offer from First International Auto Group. With that being said, thank you all for joining me for this ride in the Honda Accord Hybrid Touring. It's been a pleasure. I think this car is a very nice overall package with the heads-up display, the keyless entry, the remote start, the heated and cooled seats, and of course the, Apple CarPlay. I just think that you just get a very nice package, and it's something that a lot of people should consider if they're looking for an economic daily driver. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all next time on Auto Joe. Bye-bye.